Hello everyone. In the previous session, we studied about soil formation, what are the types of soils, and even the structure or the types of structures of soil also. Now we'll be studying the index properties of soil. As we know, this index properties of soil will be having different various properties in that. The first one which we see into consideration is the size and even the shape of the particle also. And the next is the relative density of the soil. That means whatever the relative density which is there, that is also taken into consideration, or even the consistency of the soil also. And generally, if we study the soil grain properties, and we will also study the aggregate properties in this. First, we will be studying about the soil grain properties. As we all know, the soil grain properties will have the specific gravity and even the size and shape of the soil, and this also comes as a mineralogical characteristics, and these are having the finer type of particles. As we know, this finer type of particles will be having only for the clay type of soils. Mostly the aggregate particles, as we know, this aggregate particles will be having only the cohesionless soils, as which are having the relative density, whereas this cohesion soils will have the consistency here. And next one is the shape and size of the particle. As the shape and the size of the particle, mostly if you see the shape and size of the particle, that means whenever you gives a visual inspection, mostly that will be varying. Whatever the visual inspection which is taken into consideration, this will be changes for the particular shape and even for the size of the particle also. Now we will be seeing a problem on this. So how the problem can be solved. If you see the question, a soil sample has a porosity of 40%. The specific gravity of solid is 2.70. Calculate the void ratio. That means they are asking us to calculate the void ratio and dry density, even the unit weight of the soil also. That is 50%, that which is saturated. And the next is unit weight of the soil. As we all know what is a unit weight of soil, and for the completely saturated also. For the first one, we are going to find out what is void ratio. As we have studied the previous session, the formula for void ratio is E is equal to n by 1 minus n. That means the porosity. N is here nothing but the porosity. As we all know that porosity which is given for us is 40%, so that we are converting it, that is 0.4%. That means 0.4% divided by 1 minus n. N is nothing but again a porosity, so that you will be getting 0.067. And the next one is dry density. For the dry density, you have a formula, that is gamma d is equal to specific gravity into gamma w. That means the water which we taken into consideration, that is 2.7, which is already given the specific gravity in the question itself. And we don't know what is the gamma w, as we are taking it as a water percentage. That is the unit weight which we take into consideration, that is 9.81 divided by 1 plus E. As we already got what is the void ratio that we got is 0.667. That we will be adding here, so the value we will be getting is 15.89 kilonewton per meter cube. And the next one is, we are going to find out the unit weight of a soil mass at 50%. That means 50% they are asking us for the saturated soil here. So for the saturated soil, you have a formula, that is E is equal to W dot G into SR, as we call SR is for saturation. That is, we already got 0.067 for the void ratio, which we into 0.5. That 0.5 is nothing but the percentage which has given us for us, and 2.7 is nothing but the specific gravity which we are taking into consideration here. So you will be getting 0.124. Now we will be finding out what is gamma d, that is 1 plus W, that is 15.89, which the value we got for the dry density, into the value, that is 1.124. This 1.124 will be taken into consideration by the water specific gravity which we are taking now, and that will be giving 17.85 kilonewton per meter cube. Now the next is, when the soil is getting fully saturated, you have a formula for this. That means for fully saturated, 0.667 divided by the gravity, that is 2.7, you will be getting an 0.247. And for gamma sat, we are going to find out for the saturation, that is, you have a formula for this also, that is G gamma suffix W, 1 minus n plus gamma w into n, where n is nothing but our porosity here, that is g is nothing but 2.7, which is already given in the question, and gamma w will be your 9.81, and 1 plus n is nothing but your porosity, which is given in the question, and plus 9.81 is also which is given, assuming that the final solution of this is 9.81 kilonewton meter cube. So that we have finally got the solution for this. Now we will be seeing the next question. So that an undisturbed soil sample has a volume of 100 centimeter cube and the mass of 90 grams on an oven dry. That means whenever we are oven drying it for 24 hours, what is the mass? That means it will be reducing, it will be changing, that will be taken into consideration. That is 160 grams. If the specific gravity of a grain is 2.68, how much the 2.68 is the specific gravity, which is already given in the question. Next we are going to determine what is the water content. The water content and the void ratio and even the degree of saturation. That is m suffix w, which is also known as mass of water, is 90 minus 160. That means the 90 which is already given, and it is after oven drying it is 160. That means you will be getting a 30 grams of it. And next is dry density of mass, that is 160 gram. How much it is given? Next, W is equal to the mass of water divided by mass of dry density, that is 30 by 160. So that you will be getting 18 point something. So that the mass of soil that means the mass of soil will be given as 90 grams. Bulk density is nothing but mass by volume. As we know, mass by volume in the sense 190 by 100, and that will be your 1.98. And next is gamma into rho. That means you will be having this 9.81 into 1.9, you will get some 18.64. And next you will be writing for dry density, that is a formula gamma by 1 plus w, and you will be writing all the values in that. So you will be getting what is the dry density also. Even for void ratio you have a formula. For that, if you insert all these values, you will be getting the same value as you can see it on the screen. For the saturation, you have a formula, that is W into G by E. For that, 0.18 into 2.68 divided by 0.67, you will be getting an answer of 74.5% in the same way here. So that if you see in the question, that means they are asking after oven dry, it is already given in the question itself that you are getting an saturated, that means a saturated value, that means you are taking it minus, so that only you will be getting the actual value of it. If you are not minusing it, you will not get the value of what the particular soil, for the particular soil what is given to you, that you will be getting confused. Whenever you calculate for such type of problems, you have to read the question very carefully so that you can understand it, and you have to do minus for that also, so that it is very easy for you to calculate what is a void ratio which is asked in the question, and even for the saturated what is a dry density which they asked you to find out, so that it will be very easy to you people to study in this. And next we will be seeing the next question. It is a field density test, and that is a sand replacement method, and it is having a bulk density also compacted. Road based, that is 2.06 galleys with a water content 11.6%. Specific gravity of the soil grain is also taken into consideration, and 2.68. Now they are asking us to find out the calculate the dry density of porosity of void ratio, how much void ratio and degree of saturation is taken. W is equal to SC and divided by G suffix S. How we are going to calculate it? That means in the question it is already given, therefore S is equal to 0.11, which is already given into the value 2.6 of the soil grain. You will be getting the value of this. That means rho, that means GS of value which is there, you are going to add into the formula. Next, we will be seeing about the rocks now. As we have completed some basic sums on that, now we will be seeing what is rock. And to us, rock is nothing but it is an compacted semi-hard mass material which is naturally composed by one or more minerals. As we all know, these rocks are classified into igneous rocks, sedimentary rock and metamorphic rock. As this igneous rock is nothing but it gets cooled with a molten magma, and it also gets recycled under rock. Due to the overheat pressure, it retains the liquid outside. And the next one is sedimentary rock. As we all know, the sedimentary rock will be mostly disintegrated and decomposed by any type of transportation, deposited at anywhere, and it also get consolidated, and new rocks are formed as a result of this material and classified as this is being classified as sedimentary rock. And the next one is metamorphic rock. As we also call this metamorphic rock as a parent rock, which will be completely or incompletely recrystallized by igneous and sedimentary, the both two igneous and sedimentary rock combination of this, you will be getting this metamorphic rock. With the high temperature and high pressure there will be applying, and even shear stress are applied on this metamorphic rock. Now we will be seeing the mass volume relationships. As we know this mass and volume relationship, that means we are telling that in the 3-phase diagram and 2-phase diagram you will be connecting, you will be doing the air, water and solids and separate. So that we will be calculating the water content, mass and even the volume of a particular soil sample. So here we will be seeing for the SI unit of the mass. SI unit of mass is normally expressed in kgs and it is density in rho, that is kg per meter cube. Sometimes this we may express in the grams and gram per centimeter cube, or gram and even gram per meter cube. Now weight volume relationship. As we also know this weight volume relationship, whenever the unit weight will be taken into consideration, commonly measured whenever the engineering geological properties will be practically taking place, we will be giving this density as rho, and this will be converted into weight, that is rho, by using a relationship of rho is equal to, that means gamma is equal to rho into g. That is our standard equation now, which this standard equation is usually, the standard values g is 9.807 meter per second square. As this 9.81 meter per second square is for practical purpose only. As we do all the practical purpose only, we will be considering this g as 9.81 meter per second square. And the conversion of density of water, that is rho w to unit, how we are going to convert the equation, that is rho w is equal to rho g. This is our second equation. Now we will be substituting the rho w into 1000 kg by meter cube and g as 9.81 meter per second. Now we have our, that is gamma suffix w is equal to your 1000 by this. So that you will be adding all this, so that you will be getting in the third equation, that is 9810 kg by divided by meter cube by meter second. Since 1 Newton is equal to, that means the 1 Newton is equal to, we have some value, so that you will be getting what is a 1 Newton value in the equation 4. And if you see here, so that either we can write it in this way also as equation 5, which you can see. In generally, the unit weight of soil mass is equal to, that is gamma is equal to 9.81 rho into, that is kilonewton meter cube, where in the equation 6 rho is in g, that is g by, that is gram per meter centimeter cube. For example, if the soil has dry density, if it is the soil is dry density, then this density d, that means the rho d will be given for us is 1.7 g centimeter cube. The dry density unit weight of soil will be, that is 9.81 into 1.7. As if we calculate, you will be getting 16.68 kilonewton per meter cube. Now we will be seeing this mass volume relationship. As we all know, this mass volume relationships in terms of volume and the soil also. As you can see the block diagram, that volume only will be taken into consideration in the 3-phase diagram here, so that how the mass volume relationship will be taken. You can see in the diagram the air, it is equally, totally equal, the volume is equal to the mass, the water of volume is equal to this, and the solids of volume is equal to the total volume is equal to the total thing of air plus voids water, and here also the mass also will be equal to that only in the same way. Now we will be seeing the volumetric ratio. What is volumetric ratio? They are volumetric ratios mostly, which are used for the engineering properties based upon the phase diagrams itself. That means you have a void ratio, which we have already studied, that the volume of voids by volume of solids. And the next one is porosity, that is N is equal to volume of voids by volume of total volume into 100%, which is taken into. Next is degree of saturation, that is S is equal to volume of water divided by volume of solids into 100. And the next one is specific gravity. As the specific gravity, which we already have a formula, that is water weight of solids divided by volume of solids into the water which we take into consideration. As we have such all these formulas, and for index property also we have already studied in our previous one, so that by this we complete our first unit revision. Thank you everyone.